It's the people that don't live life. It's the people that don't live up to their own potential, that go through the the normal day to day every single day and don't risk things, don't put their neck on the line, that are failing themselves and cheating the world out of greatness. Because I believe each of us have greatness within ourselves. You have to let it out though.
Son of a.
Son of a.
Son of a. Son of a. Son of a.
Son of a.
Son of a.
Are you
Are you
You serious?
are you serious?
All right, Nightwish Army, I am back to do another reaction video. And today we are going to tackle the greatest show on earth. I had been asked to take a look at this song almost 2 months ago. I pulled it up and was about to start when I saw how long it was. But I decided to wait for a rainy day, and it's not raining, even though I wish it was. But it is the next song up on the list of 50 Nightwish songs in 50 days. So we're going to tackle the greatest show on earth. If you haven't yet, please hit subscribe, like, and follow. Ultimately, your comments are what mean the most to me, because your comments is how we can interact, how I get to learn more about you. Throughout these videos, you're learning more about me. The emotions come out, the spirituality comes out, and that just pulls stories out. So some stories I've never shared with anyone before, but hey, what says let the world know rather than just letting it all out on YouTube? So I am a little apprehensive as a Christian that doesn't really hide emotion, doesn't really hide feelings, doesn't really hide anything. I pulled up this song, and the very first thing that is, as before I hit full screen, it says that Richard Dawkins is an English ethologist, an evolutionary biologist, and author. And that automatically turns me off. Just the word evolutionary. As a Christian, is there a degree of evolution? Yeah, we are always changing, but I'm a creationist and I believe in God, and there's not a whole lot that is going to change on that. So hopefully I can not let that affect my opinions as we move forward with this song. I'm going to try my best, but don't judge me if I can't, because I know what I believe, and we can talk about that in the comments below. So we'll see you there. I'm laughing to myself because I might be one of the only people that are reacting to this that stops it during the instrumental portion. And that's because as we're listening to this, I'm seeing the guitar being played, but in my mind I'm hearing bowing. So I'm expecting either a stand-up bass or a cello, based on the tune that I'm hearing, but it's him playing the guitar. You can see the vibrato in his hand, and I absolutely love that, because to me there's nothing more pure than strings. And I played viola in junior high and high school. Wasn't the best, but I did make it to the state orchestra. And so it's such a pure sound. It's just so rich. And I got excited and was like, well, why are we focusing on a guitar when I want to be seeing something else? So I'll shut up. We'll listen to more instrumental. We're 2.5 minutes in. I was expecting to hear some singing, but maybe this is more instrumental than not. there's just something special with the bagpipes, and I can't put into words, and it's pretty rare for me to be speechless, but you can tell just by the look on his face that this is a spiritual experience for him, and I respect that. I couldn't imagine the feeling in being in a live concert with this song.
After sleeping through 100 million centuries, we have finally opened our eyes on a sumptuous planet, sparkling with color, bountiful with life. Within decades, we must close our eyes again. Isn't it a noble and enlightened way of spending our brief time in the sun? To work at understanding the universe and how we have come to wake up in it.
The cosmic law of gravity pulled the newborns around the fire. Careless cold infinity in every vast direction. The lonely Pharaoh in the Goldilocks zone, she has exhaled to exhale. From the stellar nursery into a carbon feast. Enter Luca, the tapestry of chemistry. There's a writing in the garden, leading us to the mother of all. We are one, we are universe. Oh, there's what will be, science of the Ligolian Sea. Of a biological whole. Enter the tapestry of care.
The chaos, the lights, even without words, they find amazing ways to tell a story. And whether there's painting pictures of you know, the evolution or creation, I mean, they're still bringing it all together by talking about the garden and talking about light and the sea and the universe. And I can see how, like I said, I started this song with an attempt to separate it, and the more that I'm listening to it, separate, what I mean by that is my beliefs from where I think that they're going with bringing evolutionists in there. But the more that I'm listening, I think this song is more to bring us together than to make my mind put a wall up, and I appreciate that. I'm trying to. I mean, there's a lot of words I'm not familiar with, and so I don't know what a Devonian sea is. I don't understand a lot of the. I'm gonna I mean, you can't see this. I'm just going back to look at the closed captioning. Right through here. I don't know what interluca means. What's the Arcanian horizon? I mean, I have an idea. Aeon's pass. These are all things that I was never taught about. So I'm ignorant to a lot of it, and I appreciate that, and I recognize that. I'm not saying that my way is the only way and it's got to be the right way, everyone else is wrong. But I am pretty firm in my beliefs. But I do appreciate that there's a lot of symmetry, and that it doesn't turn you off. It draws you in to at least hear the tale of what story they're trying to talk to us and share with us. Now, take away all the words, take away all the meaning. That duet together was freaking epic. And yeah, we're going to rewind it just a little bit to get a little bit more of that, because that you can listen to 20 minutes of regardless of what they're singing about.
Of a biological whole, enter the tapestry of chemistry. There's a writing in the guiding, leading us to the mother of all. We are one, we are universe. There's a what will be, science of the evolution. Chaos pass right down the tide of our soul. The day-to-day new opening for the greatest show. We are here to care for the garden, the wonder of earth, of every book most beautiful. Every book most beautiful. Are one, we are a universe. Forebears of what will be, science of the Devonian sea. Hey, your stars, right in the tide of our soul. A day-to-day new opening for the greatest show.
Okay, as this builds, I just have to say, the previous video that I reacted to was an Annette song, and I said that song was made for Annette. Now it may be that I'm only watching this because with one person, but or one like this is a Floor song. It just makes sense that this is a Floor song, and she's killing it. But every part of every member of the band is killing it, and they're passionate and they're into it, and like they're not leaving a part of their body out of this. There's sweat dripping, their soul is into it. Every bit of this is you could just see and feel it right there. Oh. There's a lot to unpack right there. Like that is like the rise and fall of man, it feels like. Uh mm. Intro the history, the grand finale. He took his time in the sun. He gave birth to poetry, and one day he'll cease to be. Like the whole thing's poetry. Like they literally So I'm guessing, and again, a lot of this lyrically is way over my understanding, but I'm guessing that the first, we're in the middle of the third act, I guess, of this song, and the first one was probably the very beginning stages of the world, and then the second one is the beginning of life. I can't say creation because This is assuming this is all evolutionary, and now we're in mankind. So, which is the third act. So what's 4 and 5 going to be? Are we regressing? Because it feels like we're back towards the very beginning of the song with the same sky and space type background. I'm gonna go back a little bit to when Floor starts that, because when I taught myself how to play bass for my daughter's band, it was the first time since high school that I performed in front of people. And one, there's pride of you sitting back to the side of your daughter, who's the focal point of the entire concert. But when you sing a song that the crowd knows and they sing it to you, I mean, you've witnessed my first Floorgasm, and this is not the same thing, but goosebumps are real. And as much of a spiritual experience as this has been described for a lot of fans, I couldn't imagine being in the middle of the crowd, being on the stage, and hearing tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people singing "We Were Here."
Raise your voices up on the balconies and down here, everybody, as loud as you can. We were here. A big one coming.
Is that it? No. That's the end of 3. There's still 2 more to go.
because they're never going to be born. The potential people who could have been here in my place, but who will in fact never see the light of day, outnumber the sand grains of Sahara. Certainly those unborn ghosts include greater poets than Keats, scientists greater than Newton. We know this because the set of possible people allowed by our DNA so massively exceeds the set of actual people. In the teeth of these stupefying odds, it is you and I, in our ordinariness, that are here. We privileged few who won the lottery of birth against all odds. How dare we whine at our inevitable return to that prior state from which the vast majority have never stirred?
Yeah, I'm going to rewind that just a little bit. I want to do the whole thing over again, but this is already long enough, and you guys would probably click off if I do that. So we were going to die, and that makes us the lucky ones. And then they talk about the potential who could have been in my place. And I Googled it so I can read it because I didn't want to replay it. But most people are never going to die because they were never going to be born. The potential people who could have been here in my place, but who will in fact never be the light of the day, outnumber the grains of sand. How many of us every single day just go through the frickin' motions of life and don't actually live? This is not it took 18 minutes of a 21-minute song for me to get it. It doesn't matter whether you believe, the worst thing that happens as someone who believes in God is that it's not true. But I've lived my life as ethically as possible, try to treat people with love, fairness, and kindness, and follow what I believe are guiding principles to be the best person I can be. What is wrong with that? If you don't believe as I believe, but you still do those same things, how is it my business what you believe? It's the people that don't live life. It's the people that don't live up to their own potential, that go through the normal day-to-day, every single day, and don't risk things, don't put their neck on the line, that are failing themselves and cheating the world out of greatness. Because I believe each of us have greatness within ourselves. You have to let it out, though. And I don't remember where in the words it says it. I'm not going to take the time to go back and read it, but I've got an 11-year-old son you've got to meet if you've watched a couple days ago. And we're talking about the birds and the bees and explaining what sex is. And it's like, you are 1 in a million sperm that made a human being. You're already special. You're already a miracle. You're already one of something beautiful that has something to contribute. Don't waste it sleeping in. Don't waste it going through the monotony of the day. Don't waste it not living up to being the best you can be. 18 minutes and 20 seconds into the video, and I come out with an explosion of feelings at this song drummed up as the band is throwing picks into the crowd while a narrator is reading over some amazing music. For 18 minutes, I didn't understand why so many of you said this song is so good. And now I do.
Thus, from the war of nature, from famine and death, the most exalted object which we are capable of conceiving, namely the production of the higher animals, directly follows. There is grandeur in this view of life, with its several powers originally breathed into a few forms or into one. And that whilst this planet has gone cycling on according to the fixed law of gravity, from so simple a beginning, endless forms most beautiful and most wonderful have been and are being evolved.
All right, so I feel like I bored you for 3/4 of an amazing 21 minutes of video to come to an explosion for the last little bit. And while spiritually I don't agree with especially the end there, I guess I can't totally say that because we are changing, which is kind of a definition of evolving. But I do feel I did a pretty good job of clearing my mind from the spiritual aspect and appreciating the artistry, the poetry, and the overall message that can touch us all. And that's something that we should teach our kids, that we should teach society, but we should more importantly live ourselves. Be the best you day in and day out. Don't take a day off. Your legacy is what you leave behind. Leave the world better than when you got there. Leave each room better than when you got there. Don't worry about what your neighbor is doing unless your house is in order. Start from you. Look in the mirror each day. Brush your teeth, do your hair. Go out and change lives by simply smiling. The ripple effect of showing love, compassion, and kindness to others is something you'll never get to fully measure and oftentimes never see. I'm going to stop preaching, but this is going to be probably the longest Nightwish video I do. I'm not going to cut it up. Thanks for watching. Please let me know in the comments what this song means to you and why. And we'll see you in the next one tomorrow.